So, have you ever sent cold emails to potential clients and heard nothing back? No replies, no responses. They just ghost you. And this, I believe, is one of the most frustrating things, especially as a new email copywriter over 40 years old. It's really frustrating to be ghosted, but that's one of the natural things that's going to happen when you outreach. The problem is with most cold email outreach, it's done in such a way that people are just spamming these clients, and even if your cold email outreach is genuine, it tends to get ignored because it tends to get lost. So I faced this problem myself, and in this video I'm going to show you what you can do to get out of this cold email outreach hell that we end up in and getting ghosted in. So certain things have helped me. I've taken coaching and they have helped me as well to improve on what ways we can outreach and make it better. So let's look at those. So the first thing is, why do most cold email get ignored? So businesses are getting tons of emails with this cold email outreach strategy. It's been getting worse and worse every year. Our own inboxes, if you check, get flooded, especially when things go on like Black Friday and stuff. There are so many emails, and popular businesses tend to get so many emails from copywriters, businesses that want their business. They keep getting bombarded in their inbox, and it's just generic emails that I can make you this much money, or I'm a new copywriter looking for work, or things like that. So I can help grow your business. So all these generic templated emails, and it's getting worse because now you have AI and automation, and people are spamming in like thousands and thousands of emails every day with automation. So it's really hard to stand out, and it gets messy, and businesses just ghost you because of that. So they are not interested in opening your emails. So one strategy which kind of makes you stand out is getting a little warmer. So not directly sending the cold email outreach. That's what I learned as well. If possible, you go on social media, follow your potential client, get to know them, like, comment, reply on some of their posts, keep providing value there, and not just good post or something like that. Give value when you comment, genuinely comment on their post, genuinely send them a DM with actual value. Sometimes it's not possible, like I target e-commerce brand and they just post product details on their say Instagram, so I cannot provide much value to their post. So I cannot give some genuine comments on something that they have mentioned because it's just a product. So some cases it might not be possible, but in other cases, like if you are approaching fitness coaches or something, they may share an exercise which you genuinely use or want to use or have questions about. So that's how you can comment and get to know them, and they can get to know you, and you can comment and reply and DM and stuff. So you get warmer, and when you actually send a value DM or email to it, it's not a cold email anymore. It's a bit warmer. So they know who you are. So that has a much better chance that they'll open it because they know your name. And okay, so now you have your warm lead, or sometimes you may not be able to do that, but you still want to send a cold email. So don't do what I used to do and send you generic emails. Avoid that. You need to stand out in some way, especially as a beginner, especially as someone above 40 years old. You need to stand out in some way. The best way as a beginner, when we don't have a case study and stuff, is to give value. Give as much value as possible. Give as much free value as possible. Keep giving value. That's the way to stand out. So how do you give this value? You can give them free email audits of the existing email. They have this welcome email, welcome flows. So you can give improvement suggestions on that if you see something that can be improved and give a big boost in their sales. If you check their website and see some issues there on their pop-up or their website, which can be fixed, and give them a high rate of subscribers, so you can suggest that. So those are things how you can provide them value and stand out. Now, when you are giving out value, so either you can send them an email with a detailed the audit of their email in a document. So that's one way of doing it. And then you mentioned that, okay, I'm giving you a free email document. You give them the free email samples as well. And that's one way to provide value. Another way to provide value is you record a Loom video where you are giving value. You go through the entire process and break down whether it's their site or their emails. You break down and show that if they do these things, they can get a big boost in their sales, conversions and stuff. So they are aware that what you're providing is value. You don't pitch anything in these emails or Loom videos. You just keep on giving value. So because you want to build a relationship, not you're not going from an angle of looking for work, you're going from an angle of helping a business. So that's how you do it. Of course, when you send an email, there's a strategy of sending emails as well, which I can talk about in another video. So just let me know in the comments and I'll share my strategy about that as well. Because all these emails are using generic template, generic subject lines. So then they tend to get ignored. So there's a way to stand out in that as well. So let me know and I can share that with you as well. So the most important thing is to give them value, like I mentioned. Keep giving that, and you will find that people are replying to you because you are genuinely trying to help business rather than trying to find work or getting something out of them. So that's the way to go ahead in it. Now, when you send emails, especially cold emails, most of beginners, what we tend to do is we send one email, we don't get response, we sit in a corner and we cry and complain about it, and then we stop doing outreach. No, most of the time you won't get a reply. That's natural. But what we need to do is follow up. At least 3 to 5 follow-ups is what is needed. Every say 3 to 5 days, a polite follow-up on the value that you send. So okay, did they actually use it, or did they get time to use it or have a look at it? That kind of simple, genuine follow-up is needed. So at least they are aware of it. Sometimes they ignore the first email due to some reason. It might get pushed down in their inbox or for whatever reason. Then it's the follow up that will keep reminding them that, okay, you're there in their inbox and it's something that is going to provide them value. That's how we want to stand out and keep outreaching to them. In some extreme cases, people keep following up until they get a no or they get blocked. So if you are really genuinely interested in a company, you really want to work for them, you think that's one of the best companies, maybe this is one way to do it. You keep following up. You don't limit yourself to 3 or 5 follow-ups. Keep following up until they accept your value or until they say no or until you get blocked eventually. But that's the way how it goes in marketing. That's how we need to deal with. We need to have a thick skin. We can't just cry when there's a rejection or ghosting. In fact, if someone says no, it's a good thing because you can stop spending your energy on that and focus on other clients, potentially outreaching to them and their follow-ups. So, like I mentioned, the outreach mindset you should have is you are going to help a business. You have the skills, you have acquired the skills. Sure, you don't have the case studies to back you up, but what you have is the skills you have and the value you can provide that will help the business. So you can show the business that the inputs that you're giving will actually help them and make them more sales and income. So that is much more valuable than your portfolio or anything else. Portfolio doesn't matter actually. As a beginner, focus on giving value and that itself will become your portfolio. Even if they reject you, you have that as your portfolio piece. Whatever you created is of value. So I hope you found this video useful. Let me know how many emails you have been sending as outreach and what has been your response rate. If you have been using these templated formats or providing value, and how has been your success or failure. Just let me know and I'll be happy to, yeah, hear your stories on this as well. Thank you.